On March 2nd, the Bank of Canada increased interest rates by 25 basis points, and there's likely more rate hikes to come. In this video, I'm going to give you a framework of how to think about interest rate hikes if you have a variable rate mortgage, and I'm also going to clear up some misconceptions that exist and what actually happens when interest rates go up and you have a variable rate mortgage. Hi, my name is Vas, and like 70 million other people, I'm a realtor in the GTA. I'm also a chartered professional accountant turned realtor that's built and invested in real estate right here in Toronto, York Region, and east of the GTA and secondary markets. Before we get started, I want to make sure you understand this is a very personal decision, whether you go with fixed rates or variable rates. This is entirely based on your risk tolerance and what makes you sleep at night. This is a personal decision, so I just want to make sure you understand that there is no right answer. There's only a right answer for you. What happens to the monthly payment varies on which financial institution holds your variable rate mortgage. BMO, TD, and RBC's variable mortgages do not increase the monthly payment if the prime rate goes up unless you hit your trigger point amount, and this is the key here. In other words, depending on the bank and the trigger point amount criteria, unless interest rates have increased to the point where your payment is no longer covering the interest plus deferred interest, your payment will stay the same even if we see moderate rate hikes. On the other hand, CIBC, Scotiabank, and National Bank, and monoline lenders, which are lenders that only do mortgages and are not banks, they will all increase your payment as prime increases. For more on trigger point amounts, you will need to read the fine print of your mortgage to determine at what interest rates it will trigger that trigger point amount. The takeaway here is, while your mortgage payment will stay the same, less is going into your principal pay down. So that is the key consideration. So this gives you a bit of a safety net. But again, remember, when you have to renew your mortgage, you're going to have a higher payment at that point, or you're going to have to extend the amortization of your mortgage in order to keep the payment low. For illustration purposes, we can take a look at this chart right here showing a $2,000 payment at 1.5% interest, how much goes into principal repayment. As you can see, it's a substantial amount, almost 2/3 go into principal repayment, 1/3 goes into interest expense. When that interest is doubled to 3%, it's almost at half and half. What you will notice here is, in this scenario, the interest is much higher and the deferred interest is likely not going to trigger the trigger point amount. Therefore, even if interest rates doubled from their current point, you're still likely to be safe. Again, you have to read the fine print and understand how your trigger point amount is triggered. I hope you found this useful, and if you have any more questions or looking to get a second opinion, feel free to schedule a 15-minute consultation with me using the Calendly link below. Pick a time convenient for you, and I'll be more than happy to help you navigate through your real estate questions for your personal situation.